Come on. Yep. Come on. Go. You got 3 here. Come on. Come on. Yep. That's you. There we go.
225 probably won't happen. Three, 2, 1.
Yep. That's you. Yep. You got more. Come on. You got 5 in you. 2 more. Up. That's you. 1 more. Up. That's you. Lock that out. I'm out of Go. Good shit. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's all good. Yep. Come on. Oh. Come on. Come on. That's you. There we go. You're looking pretty pumped, bro. Looking pretty juicy.
You mean that?
Oh, yeah.
Shit, I've been feeling pretty big. Sometimes I look bigger when I'm like dehydrated, I feel like.
Are you dehydrated?
I have to be. Because usually I'm drinking like 1.5 gallons a day, and now I feel like I'm at like 0.5 gallon max today.
I drank 1 water bottle. I don't know
the whole day?
Yeah.
Have you seen stars during every set?
Yeah, I was. I almost passed out actually the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, just doing a light overhead press.
Light,
That's all
so
it takes.
405?
No, it was like 315 standing, but like it was on the turf,
oh,
and I was like
okay.
walking backwards, and I was like getting wobbly. It was kind of embarrassing.
Saw stars?
Yeah.
Kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
I don't think I would, I don't know.
I was waiting for my "you're looking juicy" comment, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
You have a t-shirt
Anyway.
on.
It's okay.
Oh yeah,
That's-
my bad. You are looking juicy.
Oh,
too.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Extravascular.
I gotta sit right next to this dude, and he's a lot bigger. So
Well, you know, he's got the downlighting.
facts. It is the lighting, so don't think you're that big.
Really? I don't see a light above my head.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Thinking with a Pump. Got a special guest today, and I'll be honest, man. I know your name's Daniel. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Can you?
Ryjov.
Ryjov.
Yeah.
Ryjov.
Technically Ryjov, but it's
Why'd you switch it
Ryjov.
up? He said Ryjov, and I thought I nailed it.
So it's
Yeah.
Ryjov.
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 Yeah.
I got
I
it.
say it like
I can actually
Russian.
pronounce that.
It's
Can
like
you?
Yeah, I
Say
can.
it.
Ryjov.
Rizhov is the like pronunciation.
Nice.
Ryzov.
And
Ryzov.
Yeah. it's
what
weird.
is that?
Daniel Ryzov.
Russian.
Russian.
Yeah.
Were you born here?
Yeah, I'm first gen American. So I was
Gotcha.
born in New York, I think, somewhere around there.
And you're still in New York, correct?
No, I moved down to Texas not too long ago. So
Where at?
Austin.
Austin.
Yeah.
That's like a little north of like Houston, right?
Don't ask me.
He just moved there. He
Yeah,
doesn't know
I have no
anything
idea.
about-
I know it's
he doesn't know
somewhere in
anything about
that
the state.
triangle.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
There's still people in like New Jersey that are like, "Oh, you ever heard of this bomb?" No, lived there my whole life.
idea.
I'm like, I don't know where you at. It's probably somewhere north.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the viewers back home, Daniel here is a power lifter. Would you classify as that?
I guess I'm technically more of just like an Instagram lifter now.
Instagram
I haven't
lifter.
competed in like 7 years.
Right.
So if you want to call me a power lifter, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so for a little context, we just caught a workout with him, and he just casually shoulder pressed 405, which you did it for 3
did.
with a pause.
3 paused, yeah.
That's
It's a little light work.
That's absurd.
Light work.
I'm not sure if I could squat that.
I think
I'm
you
not
got
sure
that
he
all
can
day.
either.
Yeah. Well,
Nah,
have
I've
you
seen
his
him.
legs?
No. I've seen him do
of
315. He
course.
could do 315.
No, this is 405 though. Not
Whoa.
315. He said it was 405. We're not talking about 315.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could you do 405 in squat?
I could do. You're a numbers guy when it comes to all this. I could do 315 for 10.
Yeah, you got 405 all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 405.
Absolutely.
But
I can almost get 2.
I don't go heavy.
No reason.
And we're gonna get into your injury list, but I'm just really scared of injuries, especially like
Yeah.
squat stuff like that. Like if I mess up, I guess hurting my leg wouldn't be the worst thing, but like I don't go stupid heavy for like bench, anything like that. Like my biggest fear is tearing something. I think my biggest fear would be a bicep tear.
Those are ugly.
That doesn't sound fun.
Oh
Those
no,
are
you
ugly.
ever seen those videos where like their curling just snaps up?
Yeah. I've definitely seen those, and I try and swipe away as much as possible. I
Yeah.
don't want to watch those.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
People send me that, like the hyperextending their legs on the leg press and stuff like that.
No. That's the worst. When the hyper
Have you
seen
on
those?
the leg press.
The leg
Yeah, where they
press.
fold their legs back.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah, I do
worst.
not want to watch that.
There's not many.
Yeah.
Since I don't know, since it's become so normal to see just like people dying on Twitter and stuff like that. I
No,
don't
seriously.
Nothing
Yeah.
nothing makes me like cringe, but some somebody like hyperextending their knees on leg press, oh, I'd swipe away. Might throw up.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of really messed up stuff on the internet, and I would say that I still cringe at those.
Yeah, I've seen one guy and he didn't nobody was there to stop it, and it just fell back, and his legs coming this way.
Yeah,
I'm like,
do you think you could walk again after that?
Eventually.
I
mean, I bench and I
That's
mess
true.
my stuff up.
Yeah, but both knees caving in the way it does.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. I've leg pressed, and I've leg pressed a lot of weight for myself. And I don't typically leg press. I'd rather squat and exhaust myself doing that. But, at no point do I ever feel like, even when I, sort of lock my legs out, not all the way, I don't, hyperextend them. I'm like, how does someone really, the weight they must be putting on must be, way too out of, out of their strength limit, right?
I feel like they try and be too explosive at the top and kind of, bounce it. And then that's when their knees kind of cave.
Mm-hmm. I think leg press is the first ego lift for people that are getting into the gym.
That's what I was gonna say. It's 100%.
Absolutely. So easy to be like, oh, I could do 600. You know
my little cousin was talking shit at Christmas. Like, dude, you wouldn't last for a leg day with me. I was like, what you do? He's like, 6 plates. I was like, oh yeah. He's like, leg press. I was like, there you go. Stupid.
It counts them both. It counts them all together too.
Yeah, 3 on each side. Yeah, 6 total. Right.
That's what's up. Yeah. So, let's see. I wanted to talk about your injury list because you were mentioning it earlier.
Yeah.
So it's hard to recover from stuff like that, but you mind telling the viewers everything that your injuries the last few years?
2 years ago I tore my tricep. That took about 2 months to recover, which it was supposed to be a 6-month recovery, and then I think because I came back too quick from that, I ended up tearing my pec, messed up my bicep, had front delt and rear delt surgery, and then my labrum was torn also. So I had a triple surgery for my pec and everything else, and then my tricep tear. And that was 1 year ago was the pec tear, and then 2 years ago was the tricep. Other than that, I've had no injuries.
So you had to have surgery on your rear delt?
Yeah, so they drilled a hole. So I got it a huge cut, across my pec here, and then they drilled a hole in my front delt and then a hole in my rear delt to clean up my shoulder. The doctor said my shoulder was destroyed.
Oh, yeah, I wonder why.
From heavy overhead press. That's what he told me. Yeah. He was like, you probably won't ever overhead press again, and here I am.
Oh, yeah?
Back to full
yeah, well,
absolutely.
You definitely proved them wrong because we've seen it today. So.
Yeah. Is that your favorite lift?
I honestly, deadlift probably is my favorite because it's you go into the gym, you could be pissed off and just not want to do anything, and you go and you just lift heavy weights. And if you can't lift it, you just can't lift it.
Right.
Whereas bench, if I do that, I'd probably die.
Yeah, I guess that is the difference. You kind of know with deadlift, you can't lift it, you can't lift it. But bench, you
you can actually with deadlift, you can grind out and pull for 15, 20 seconds and pass out or drop the weight or whatever. But with bench, it's if I start struggling, I'm take this weight off me.
Right.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And that's scary weight.
Yeah.
600 plus pounds.
Yeah.
That's scary weight, dude.
It's a little scary.
It is? Even for you?
Even with 405, it's scary.
Yeah.
You could still die with that. I've had, a couple injuries where with 2 plates, even 3 plates, I'm being too explosive and my wrist will fold. Yeah. And I've dumped the weight on my rib cage. Yeah. Luckily for me, have you done that?
I've done it at 170 pounds with 315.
Yeah.
And it went from full arm's length, and I literally was unracking it, my wrist folded, and it just completely suffocated me.
Yeah.
So, it sunk down to here on my chest, down here. It bounced back off, and then I went with my left arm to throw it off, and then my brother was there, he was filming it, and I'm I don't even know what happened. I just
Did you get
hit by
hurt
a
or
Mack
did you get
truck.
lucky?
I was definitely lucky.
Yeah.
Because one, it didn't. When I was taking it off, it could have easily slipped early, and then it would have been my neck.
Right, and you would have been done.
I'd have been done.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
I always think about that too. I'm wow, I could have been dead right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just that.
Yeah.
It just fell
It's
so
fast too.
Yeah. And I was ooh, and then you get off, and I'm I literally lifted my shirt. I always remember this. I looked at Jake. And I'm is my chest caved in?
Right.
I thought my chest was caved in.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
could
I
have
was
probably broken your sternum or broken your ribs or whatever.
So I caught my breath, waited for the adrenaline to run down a little bit, and I was we should go to the ER and make sure I'm no internal bleeding or something. And we did, and I was fine, except I couldn't do a push-up for 3 months because everything was just so tender.
Yeah.
I was oh, but at least I'm not injured.
So you're smart about it. You went to the ER. When I dumped 475 on my chest in actually a competition when I was 23.
Oh, shit.
And I couldn't breathe properly for a month or two, same thing as you, and I just never went to the ER.
Yeah, not the same thing as me. I was breathing properly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was sharp pains when I would go to breathe.
You know,
I guess that's technically an injury too. I don't know.
That's definitely an
injury.
I never went to a doctor, so it doesn't count. You know, that's how I see it.
That's kind of true though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've had one injury.
Yeah.
Well, two. I guess I went to the doctor, so
I mean,
and then I
if you
tore my
want to
pec.
count that,
I tore my pec too.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you know about that.
Yeah,
I talked about that earlier, but you know,
You got a nice little scar right there.
I like her. Yeah, she's cute.
They cut you over towards your front delt a little bit. When they cut me open, they cut like in my armpit, dude. It's like from up here to like all the way down here.
You must have had a wicked like loss of like muscle maybe.
Yeah.
Because like everybody when they tear their the whatever muscle,
Right.
you could see it retracting.
Mm-hmm.
Mine started like here, probably stopped to like there.
I got lucky.
So
Mine got
locked,
caught.
like, yeah.
It like was stuck in my bicep or something.
Right.
Like he said that I got like the luckiest pec tear ever. He said it looked like someone took like a razor blade like to my tendon.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was
Damn.
like a clean
Yeah,
tear.
like the cleanest cut possible.
Shit.
Yeah, imagine hearing that. Be like, yo, you got a clean cut, man.
No, he was like, it's the worst news and best news. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, you tore your pec, which is the bad news. He's like, good news is it was the cleanest tear I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool.
It's a good shit,
You know,
man. Yeah.
But losing size on that side. So when I tore my tricep, I trained one side of my body, and I didn't take any days off. Like I went and got surgery, and I went to the gym the next day, and I was like
course you did.
in like a sling and like a cast and everything, and I was just
Yeah.
doing one arm movements.
Yeah.
Because it promotes like muscle growth on the opposite side.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, so it prevents atrophy at that point because I'm not going to gain muscle, obviously.
Right.
And for me at my size, I'm not really going to gain muscle anyway.
Right.
I might, but I didn't lose much size or strength on my left arm after my tricep tear. But after my pec tear, I got depressed. I didn't train for 3 months.
Yeah.
I went from 310 to like 270. And I think I got down to like 265. And I
Holy shit.
looked terrible. I was
Yeah.
skinny, but just on this side.
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
lat got small. Like I hit a lat spread like 2 or 3
Everything
months
looks-
ago.
yeah.
And my whole left side was missing, and like now I get bad pain like in my rear delt on my left side, probably from muscle imbalances and stuff like that. But it's slowly coming back.
Yeah.
So
No, that's the worst. The imbalances.
Yeah.
One, I never knew training the opposite arm would help.
that's why a lot of people will
That's
do like
nuts.
isolation work on one side and then switch arms.
And little old me is thinking like, "Oh, you're an idiot." Like
Yeah.
I'm talking shit behind the screen, thinking like you're dumb for like making this side so much stronger while
Yeah.
this one's dwindling away.
Yeah.
But
And
I
it
didn't know
prevents
better.
atrophy.
I'm not a doctor, so
I mean, me neither.
yeah.
It's just
It's good
a
to
heads
know
up.
because I would have been doing my.
It might not be real. I could just be making it up.
Oh, maybe.
But who knows? You know?
When I tore my pec, I did legs every day, because I didn't touch my upper body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I did legs every day as soon as I could lift, just to keep my mental straight.
Right.
Because like same thing though. As soon as the cast came off and I could see my
Yeah.
arm, I'm like, I got a little dick wimpy. This shit was weak. You know what I mean? I couldn't even,
Flaccid arm.
yes, and I couldn't even flex fully.
Yeah.
I was like trying to flex and it was like just soft.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then this side was fine and
Yep.
it just looked weird and then I totally understand the mental.
Yeah. It was depressing.
Yeah.
You know, I looked like I didn't even work out.
And you spent so many of your years
Yeah.
in the gym to work out, and it's just so it could be taken like that.
Yeah, it was
you
gone
know?
in like 3 to 4 months, you know.
It's not really a conversation I could join in, probably because I train like a pussy, but I never had any. I've never had any. Not that I train like a pussy. I don't do heavyweight.
Yeah.
But I've never had any injuries.
That's good.
Knock on
wood. Yeah, I was
something.
about to say,
Hey.
man,
His body
wood
feels a
down.
lot better than mine.
Yeah, right. But damn, that's scary. And I can imagine the the body dysmorphia of how you feel when you can't train it properly. But yeah.
No, it's also like when you get back into training, everything feels like lopsided and weird. No,
Right.
you know, you start.
It was hard. I had to like hold myself back on my healthy side and then match the reps with my injured side. So I'd be doing like 5-pound dumbbells for like sets of 12.
Yeah.
You know, and then go to this side and have to do the same thing because I didn't want to create more imbalance.
Right.
You know, with my tricep, I remember doing like literally 2.5-pound dumbbells at like physical therapy, and I'm sitting there like doing skull crushers the same way I tore my tricep, and I'm like shaking like this with 2.5-pound dumbbells. You know, and I tore my tricep doing 150s.
Yeah.
So it was just like super humbling, like depressing, and just rough.
Yeah. No, that brings me back when I started physical therapy after my pec tear. They had me laying down on one of those PT beds.
Yep.
They handed me a 5-pound dumbbell.
Did you do curls with it or pressed it?
Press it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh man, that's humbling.
2 months
Yeah.
prior, I was repping 315.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was looking like a brick shit house.
Dude.
At least I felt that way. You know,
Like-
and then I'm struggling 5 pounds. There's no weight in my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is where I'm at. I use the hand pedal bike.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I had to do wall push-ups.
I'm like, I'm gonna.
Like I would stand up against the wall, and they just told me to push against the wall, and I was like, "Are you sure I could do this?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I weigh a lot." They're like, "No, do it." I was like, "Okay," and I'm sitting there like struggling. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Don't-
depressing.
You know what it is? Like, muscle tears, tendon tears. Like, just be careful. Warm
Yeah.
up. Do as much as you can to prevent them because, I mean, it can happen. Again, the way he described it to me is like he was doing stuff he's done before.
Super lightweights.
Super lightweights. And the same way I tore my pec was with weight I've done for years.
Yeah.
I was able to lift for years.
For me, it was due to dehydration, diet issues, stuff like that.
Right.
You know, partying too much, which is just like dumb.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm lifting crazy weights, like, yeah, they're light for me, but the second I start doing anything else that like changes my diet or my hydration or my nutrition or anything like that, my tendons aren't going to keep up.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I've done the 200s on flat bench for 5-6 years now for reps. You know,
Right.
sets over 10, sets over 20, no problem at the end of my workout. And I tore it on my first rep, you know, at the start of my workout, which is just like unheard of.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
You think because of any of the injuries and whatnot, you think you have any muscle imbalances?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you were saying in the gym, like when you were thinking about, shoulder pressing us on each side,
Yeah.
you're like the right side stronger. So you think you definitely have like stronger sides.
I don't think it's stronger right now. So after they cleaned up my left shoulder, I actually have more mobility on this side than this side.
Really?
Which is weird. Like they went in, they cleaned my labrum up, like he cleaned my whole shoulder out and made it healthier. So I have more mobility, which is like nerve-wracking because if you think about it, when I'm doing barbell press, this side, on my left side, the injured side, quote unquote, I can go lower and have more range of motion, whereas my right side I can't, which is like scary.
It's like sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad sketchy because if you go too low, like what if I injure my right side at that point because I don't have the range of motion or the mobility. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's weaker. I just think it might be. I don't know. But my muscles are definitely smaller on my left side.
Yeah.
That's a man that loves the weight lift, man. That's a man
Absolutely.
that loves to
Oh,
lift
yeah.
heavy weight,
I love
man.
it.
You can't get,
Yeah.
they can't keep you away from it,
Yeah, of
bro.
course not.
Doctor's like, don't go lift.
No,
He's
they
like,
literally
I'm
told me
gonna
after my pec tear, they're like, don't bench for a year.
Yeah.
And the surgeon literally told me, he was like, I know what you do because he works with a lot of like pro strongman. He was like, you are not going to bench heavy for a year. A year later, I hit 600 pounds.
You ever just look at him like, bet.
No,
Yeah.
I want to go shake his hand. He hooked me up.
Right.
yeah.
That's
You
what I'm
know?
saying. You need to go back and just be like, look at this.
Yeah, well, I think he put like 3 times the amount of anchors he was supposed to.
Makes
What does that
sense. He probably
So like when they repair your tendons or for your pec tendon, they use something called anchors now, where it's like the best way to explain it is like they nail your tendon in to the bone.
Yeah.
And then slowly it'll eat away the anchor, and they'll usually use like 1 or 2. I think he used like 6.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Jesus.
because
Big
I
ass
told him
tendon.
what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean he just did it all the way along. Like he like
Right.
pulled the tendon apart and then just like anchored it in as much as he could.
Yeah, he definitely knew you were going back and
Yeah.
Yeah.
lifting
yeah.
heavy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, "Don't lift heavy for a year." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
6 months in, I'm trying to like rep 3 plates.
You go back and shake his hand and be like, your surgery was great.
I want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, because he helped me out a lot.
Sometimes I feel the same about my doctor. I don't remember who he is or what his name is. I know where I went,
Right.
but like I would love to find him and be like, hey, listen, I'm lifting
Yeah,
heavy
I mean-
again. I'm pausing 315.
I was about to say your pec, like you don't see any imbalances. A lot of people will have like that little indent in their pec and like a huge hole, but like yours looks normal to me. You know?
Yeah. Also, I didn't finish the rep. I think some people sometimes
No
people
pull,
don't feel
yeah.
it right away and they keep trying to push through and it's
Yeah.
just tearing more and more. I remember when it happens, it was like a bounce rep, hit it, bounced up, and I turned during the bench and I saw my shoulder look like it was dented in. I thought it was a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. Like I definitely made a fast, like, I threw it off. I actually busted up my foot because the weight
jeez.
landed on it.
Yeah.
Didn't even cross my mind in the moment.
Yeah, you have that on video. I've
Was
seen
it dumbbells?
No, it was barbell bench.
Barbell? And
Yeah.
you threw the barbell off you?
Yeah, with yeah, kinda.
Damn.
Sorta.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
You said it was
adrenaline.
what, 275,
275.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, I threw it off and it landed on my foot, but I didn't care. I started I trying to push my pec back in. I thought it popped out. I didn't know what the hell happened. I was
Yeah.
like, and then when I realized it was like pulsating, I was like, oh man, I'm not lifting.
Dude,
for
I
a
knew
while.
right away with my pec. Like I was doing dumbbells and I went to go press it, and instead of pressing straight up, I accidentally like touched my chest with the dumbbell. So it like spun this way, and when I pressed, I thought I tore my bicep because I felt the tendon moving.
Ooh.
And like immediately I got up and like I felt it swell up, and then I had to drive 3 hours to go home because I had driven to like do a collab with someone.
Yep.
And it was just like, I felt it in my arm. And that's why I went to my surgeon. I was like, yo, either my bicep or my pec is torn. And they're like, well, we need to make sure it's actually torn. I was like, no, it's torn.
Yeah.
You know? But,
No, that's funny. When I tore my pec, I had to convince my parents that it was torn.
Yeah.
My dad's like, I don't know. They were eating Chinese food, and I'm like, I need to go to the ER. Like, I just want to make sure I don't get checked out. And I was like, he's like, and my mom's like, how about you hop on the phone with one of those doctor calls, so you just describe them what's going on and see
Right.
if it's worth coming in for. I'm like, nah, I think it's torn.
did yours bruise up? How long did it take to bruise?
That I feel like I've noticed the next day.
My tricep
You know?
took about 2 weeks to actually bruise up.
Whoa.
And then it started like bruising really bad after 2 weeks. With my pec, it took like 3 hours. Like when I got home, it was already turning purple.
And it like bled down to your arm.
Yeah,
I've
it went all the way down to like my forearm.
That's
it was bad.
wicked. What was the most painful?
I'm super pain tolerant, so I mean neither. I mean, like no, like it's the best way to like. I literally
I
got in
just
my
don't really
car
feel
and
fucking
drove
pain.
home. Like it wasn't like excruciating pain. It was, I guess my tricep maybe. No, my pec probably was worse because I felt a little queasy at some points. You know, when something hurts really bad, you almost feel like you want to throw up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I felt a little bit when I was driving, but I was like, not in like screaming pain.
Yeah.
You know, so
Right.
Did you like immediately go to the doctor, or did you think like, hey,
I scheduled a meeting, I guess. I don't know what it's called. The next day.
Appointment.
Yeah.
An appointment. Yeah, that's the right word. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you. We just worked out, man. My head is not.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm thinking with a pump.
Yeah, I love that.
So scheduled the appointment the next day, and then surgery the next week. So,
yeah. You know, it's have you seen my videos?
Yeah.
My bulkier friend, my friend that's always in my videos. He's tore both pecs and never went to the doctor for it.
What? Why?
I don't know if it completely tore or if it was partial tears,
Partial.
but it definitely bruised up like
Oh, then it's a complete tear.
bad. He didn't go for either.
Unless
And
it was muscle from tendon, then they can't fix it. I think.
I don't know, but he just,
Like if
even
the
we were,
muscle comes down from
he
the
could-
tendon right here.
yeah,
versus
he could
tendon
do
right
he could still do chest, but he's always funny about it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I guess he's scared of the doctor or something.
Yeah.
Like
So
Drake
am
and
I.
Josh is scared to go to the doctor.
Yeah, no,
I've
people
got,
are,
like,
that's a real thing.
I've got like white coat syndrome. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Like I'll go
Yeah.
to the doctor, my blood pressure will triple.
Right.
Like before my go what?
That would piss me off. I used to always have to do physicals
Yeah.
because NCAA, they made us do it. I played college baseball. And every time, like, I don't know why, when I would get to the doctor and they were doing my blood pressure, my shit would just start beating fast.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, your heart rate's like high, your blood pressure's. I was like, no, it's just because of this. I promise
You
I'm
feel
fine.
like they're judging you. That's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Like for my tricep surgery, I think my blood pressure was like 200 over 140. It was like a heart attack range.
Oh, damn.
And they're like, oh, does this always happen? I was like, every time I go to a doctor, like my blood pressure like skyrockets. They checked again in like 20 minutes. It got down to like 170, then got down to like 150. Like you're still really high.
Yeah.
And they like gave me blood pressure medication. It like dropped to like 110 over whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was out after that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, you know.
Yeah. I don't think I asked you this yet. You talk about your age?
Do I talk about my age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are
I mean,
you?
I'm 30.
30? Okay.
Yeah, I'm old.
I don't know. Some
You know?
people like gatekeeping.
How old are you guys?
How do I look?
We love it.
Yeah.
Asking people.
21, each of you?
Really?
Yeah. What do you mean, really?
How old do you think we look?
23, 24?
I need a different perspective.
25.
25? Okay.
26.
26. All right,
Yeah.
that's good. You guys look young.
Yeah, no,
Thank
thank
you.
you. No, we
Appreciate that.
yeah, us all or
Yeah.
like older in this like
Technically, we are old people.
Yeah.
That's true. You see them 18-year-olds doing crazy way, just looking insane physiques, and it's like, fuck you.
Yeah. A lot of
Yo.
people say I look older because of, like, my beard. And I'm like,
Beard.
if I shave my beard, I'll
Yeah.
look younger.
Yeah.
You
That's,
know?
that's why everybody says I look older than him because of the facial hair.
Yeah, yeah.
The little stubble.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, my younger brother. People say I look like the younger brother.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll take it.
I mean,
I shave
also,
my shit
you guys
right
are-
away.
Like, if you're in shape, you know, and you keep your, you know, your like a clean shaven face, you'll look younger.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it's-
very true.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's,
Yeah. The reason I asked you
That's
that, I wanted to ask you, how long you been lifting?
About 20 years.
Damn.
And a lot of
shit.
kids don't realize that because, like, they'll ask me, they're like, oh, I've been lifting for a year. And I'm like, yeah, I've been lifting for 20. I've been lifting longer than you've been alive.
Wait.
Yeah.
You know?
Since you were 10
Since I was
years old?
10. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
we
I
were going
remember-
at it though.
Yeah. I remember
shit.
going into, I don't remember what gym it was, but I went with my friend who was like 16. And I got kicked out because I was too young to work out.
Makes sense,
According to the gym. Yeah. I think
Kinda.
that you needed
Liability.
to be a teenager or something.
Yeah.
And I was going when I was 10. And then I went to a sports camp over the summer. It was like a sleepaway camp. I don't know if that's the right word.
I think sounds right.
It was like
I
a
never
three
went
a
to
three
those
month camp where you just go play sports and like I just trained there every day. I would work out every day. I would do sports from like 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. and I just loved it. I turned into a beast, I guess, at my age. But yeah, ever since I was 10. So,
let's go.
Yeah,
Damn, that's crazy.
real.
yeah.
When do you finally realize, like, hey, I'm kind of strong?
I mean, I was talking to you about it earlier, like just now, I guess.
Yeah.
You
Just
know?
now?
Just
Yeah,
now.
I mean, like.
When you were like 15, 16, were you like stronger than most of your friends?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was, you know, I think when I was in high school, like a freshman, I was benching like 2 plates at like 185 or something.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
by the time I was a senior, I hit, I think, 365.
Yep.
and I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
You know, it was like wide grip, you know, flat back benching, like didn't know how to bench.
Right.
You know, and then I remember when I was like in college, I think I was 20, and I was like repping 405 out. And didn't know what I was doing still. I was trying to bodybuild, and I was doing like, you know how the old school bodybuilders would like do wide grip and touch up like near their neck.
Yeah.
And I was doing that with 405, like just for reps.
What?
And my friend came up, he's like, yo, you should try powerlifting. I was like, what's that? He's like, you just lift really heavy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like that. So then when I got to like 23, I started doing like, you know, in the 500s on bench, and I was like, is this good? And I was like, nah, it's not good, because I would look at like, you know, Larry Wheels and all these other big power lifters, and they're benching in the 500s, you know, or even close to 600.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't even compete with them, so it's not worth it.
Right.
And then I didn't realize I was looking at like the best of the best.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, you didn't realize that?
I mean,
that they're like the few people in the entire world.
Think about it now, like social media, just benching 315 is considered like a norm now, you know, but it's not. You know, if you bench 2 plates, that's impressive.
Right.
You know, so that's how I was looking at it. Like, oh, I'm benching 500. That's not that good, because like they're benching 6.
Right.
Meanwhile, you know, I was top 50 in the world. You know, and I was just like, I didn't think it was good. So
What's the like saying, like comparison is like
The thief
I
of
know
joy.
exactly what you're trying to say. Yeah,
thief of joy.
that's what it is, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Sounds good enough.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. I was gonna scuff it.
Yeah.
So.
you
No,
look
that
at
sounds right.
say it.
the fitness scene, like social media, and you compare yourself to all these guys, but that's like the 0.1%.
Yeah.
Go walk around Walmart. If you want to feel good about yourself, go
0.00.
walk around Walmart. Everybody, like, no offense, but like everybody's like lazy. Everybody just looks sick if you walk around
I go to
Walmart, because
man, that's kind of meat.
wait, no, I shop at Walmart.
Yeah, I know.
That's where I go all the
how
time.
he knows.
That's why you shop there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he knows, right?
It's better
Right.
prices,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But no, like
always been
for real,
Walmart
like
over
go to
Target.
Walmart, very public place. You're gonna see a shit ton of people, and you're probably gonna be one of the better looking ones at
Yeah.
the store. And then that's when you realize, like, you know, not everyone looks that good. It's just the top people in social media.
Right.
You know, they have killer physiques and whatnot. So everybody compares themselves to that and think, oh, my physique sucks, which is not the case at all.
Well, if you look at the statistics, like the people, like the amount of people that can bench 225 is like wild.
I think it's 0.01% of
Yes.
everyone in the world.
Right. That gets to me too, because like I'm
Nuts.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not really that strong, and like I don't post any of my benches stuff because like, you know, people are just gonna
Didn't
hate.
you just overhead press 2 plates?
Yeah, technically.
Saying
but-
I'm not really that strong, bro.
Yo.
Overhead press 2 plates.
Right. I never lift that heavy. Like if I would
That's
train
crazy.
with you, and then it would be a lot different. But
Yeah.
I guess I just don't have no one that, you know, lifts super heavy like me. Like my boy that I work out with, Colin. He's kind of like me. You know, we don't really go super heavy. He has all kinds of injuries. You know,
Right.
so you know, we're more like time under tension people. But
I do a lot of that too. Like with my blocks, you know, I don't really go heavy until I'll do like 20-week blocks or programs, whatever you want to call it, where my first 10 weeks are all high volume. I start off with sets of 15.
yeah.
You know, and then I taper down to like sets of 8, which is hypertrophy still.
Yeah,
You know, and then from 8 onwards, it's more strength.
Yeah, you do progressive overload.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's usually what I do. I work down and reps up in weight.
Right.
Right. But lately, I went to Jersey and I seen this dude just benching, what was it, 315 for like 3 or something like that.
3 or 4.
Yeah, kind of like
40.
piqued my interest of like, damn, I kind of want to, you know what it feels like to do
Yeah.
that. So
I
I think
get
it's,
it.
it's the intensity. The same. Remember, you saw my intensity and like,
Yeah.
you grind out. That's
Yep.
what hyped him up. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
It's like, Lath actually got me to want to bench again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he challenged me when you were there that day, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you pushed
Baker
down
was
on the
there?
weight when he was trying to bench it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you were there
I
too.
was there.
Yeah.
excuse me, boss.
After that, because I never benched over 300 because of
Okay.
my pec tear. I was always
Right.
doing dumbbells,
A
and I
little
worked up to
nervous.
150s.
Right.
But I was like,
150s?
yeah, I could flat 150s.
Bro.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I
I
think.
don't know if you can see. I'll get goosebumps. That's pretty crazy.
He gets it. The people need to know he gets like he loves it.
Like
He
no,
loves it.
seriously. Like you because you weigh what 180.
Yeah, like over 180.
That's
right now.
insane. That's like me pressing almost 300-pound dumbbells.
Wow.
True.
Do
See,
the math on
when you mentioned it earlier, like when after I did the 225, and you compared it to like what would that be for
Me
you?
hitting like 455.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when you think about it like that. I'm glad you said that.
Right.
Daniel will make you feel good.
Yeah.
Even if he's like double your strength. You know what I mean? He will like put it in perspective. Like, hey, listen, this is like double your body weight, bro. Like,
Well, I mean,
that's
because like I
insane.
said, like even if you're benching 2 plates, it's still impressive. Like I still remember. I don't remember the exact date, but I remember hitting 2 plates. I remember hitting 3 plates. I remember 4, 5, 6. I remember hitting 600. I remember almost hitting 700. Like it's
Jesus.
People, you know, when you work out as long as I have, you remember how long it took and how much effort it took to get to those milestones.
Right.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Milestone. Yeah, milestones. Right. So it's like for you to hit a 3-plate bench, you know, how much work have you put in to hit 3 plates?
Absolutely.
A lot.
Yeah.
You know, and
At the end of the day, yeah. I remember getting plateaued at 195 once upon a time when
Yeah.
I was like 16 or 15.
Yeah.
And I remember 195, it was, you know, the plate, 25,
Yeah.
and the fives.
Yeah.
And I was
Like you said, you did 150-pound dumbbells on flat bench, right?
yes.
Do you remember ever hitting 100-pound dumbbells and being like, "Yo, like 100 pounds"? Yeah.
Yeah, for
exactly.
sure.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I don't know. From my point of view, it's like I know how much work everyone puts in to get to that spot.
Fires
you
them
know?
up.
I remember
Yeah.
the
Fires
exact
me up,
time.
too. I
Fires
love it.
me
I
up a
love
ton,
it. Yeah.
dude. Like you were hitting 2 plates or 255 or whatever it is on
255
overhead
for a
press.
little bit, yeah.
Bro, I was excited.
Yeah, no, I saw
You
that.
know, like it I
He
get
was looking to go
excited.
heavier.
To,
He's
yeah,
like, I got
I was like, go heavier. Yeah. You know,
because you could see the intensity. Because I was like,
Yeah.
like biting down on my.
Right.
Like, I love that shit.
Yeah.
And the same thing when you was doing 225. I'm like,
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah. I
yeah,
would've-
when you hit 185, I think you did 12 reps.
12 reps.
No,
Yeah.
13 reps, and I made you do 15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit.
That was like, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I live for the gym, bro.
He struggled with that. He grinded out the 14 rep. You're like, another one. He goes, another one?
Yeah.
And then he went for it.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I feel safe because I know
Yeah.
how
Of
strong
course.
he is. So I
Yeah.
was like, if it's gonna come down, he's gonna pick it right up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, what's good?
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
yeah.
So it's good to always have like spotter, like a spotter you could trust. Obviously, you're not gonna find someone as strong as Daniel, but you can find someone that's pretty strong
Yeah.
that you could trust. It can make a big difference in your training, obviously,
Right.
because
Someone
those
that
extra
pushes
force
you,
reps are huge.
Just to push you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I have an issue with that a lot where I don't like push myself in the gym just because, like, I'm a little nervous about my injuries, but at the same time, it's like, I'm kind of don't want to push myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, you know, you could have probably stopped at 10 reps and you would have been happy with 185, or you
Right.
could have stopped at, what did you do, 5, I think, total?
Yeah, 185?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably could have stopped at 3 and been like, oh, that was great.
Yeah.
But no, you had 5 in you and you had 15 in you. And it's like, for me, if I'm doing like, I think the other day I hit 405 for 15 on flat bench, and I wanted to do 25. But I stopped at 15, and I have the bar resting on my chest, and I looked at her, and I'm like, I'm just going to stop at 15.
Yeah.
And I racked it. And I was like, I watched the video back, and I was like, why did I stop at 15?
It was still moving fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't, I just need something to push me.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like it's the same thing for
Seriously.
y'all, to find someone like the same strength or not even the same strength, just someone who pushes you.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. Your gym bro or your gym partner or whatever, someone who can actually push you. So
Right.
that's huge. And being such a big guy, you may be a little scary looking in a way. You ever people don't realize that you're as nice or like a teddy bear
Oh,
like you are.
absolutely. I mean, anytime I go out or anything like that, like, people always try and fight me or something like that because they
you
think
serious?
I'm, yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Probably because, dude,
I
just
never
like,
understood that because they're gonna end up losing.
like
I mean, I've only gotten into like one. So I used to train to fight,
right.
and I've only gotten into one fight, and it was like 2-ish years ago.
It's pretty recent.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about it.
So
Set me up. Give me the setting. I love like
we
a good
went to
story.
this like dive bar. It was my friend's birthday, and it was just like a bunch of us. And one of my boys, he's like a frat boy. His name is Ross. And
Exactly.
and I don't know why, but he wanted to start arm wrestling people, and he is very drunk and starts arm wrestling people and like whatever. And I'm sitting with like 4 girls, kind of like bodyguard style.
Yeah.
And this dude walks up and he's like, "Yo, I bet you a band I could beat you in an arm wrestling competition." And I'm immediately like, I'm gonna pass, because if someone bets me $1,000 that they're gonna beat me in arm wrestling, they're probably good.
Probably got the technique.
yeah.
Right. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, that's dumb. Like, that's how I'm going to hurt myself. You know, I'm not going to hurt myself doing something. Obviously, it's going to be something dumb.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I was like, but my boy over there will, because he doesn't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
he don't care.
You always have that one boy. You're like,
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so like, I was like, yo, Ross, this guy wants to arm wrestle you for a band. And he's like, oh, bet. And there's like glass bottles on the table. And he literally just like swipes all the bottles off this table and like,
the stranger.
no, my boy.
Okay.
Just like breaks all these bottles and throws them on the floor and clears the table. He's like, all right, let's go. Just puts his arm, absolutely demolishes this guy. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't even give him like any struggle, right?
Yeah.
So the guy punches Ross in the face, and Ross is just like, he backs up. He's like, yo, did you just punch me? And the guy's like, yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? And then my friend walks up and she like tries to break this fight up, right? And it's a girl.
Yeah.
And this dude like pushes her. And dude, yeah, I immediately like, I know how people always make this joke about like seeing red and like, oh, he see red, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I was like ready to rip this dude's throat. I walk up and I pick him up by his throat. And I was like, don't push girls. Like, I didn't say that. I was like fucking yelling at him.
Yeah,
he starts
yeah.
punching me in the face while I'm holding him up, by his throat. And I think he hit me like 3 or 4 times, and I do have this on video. I did, yeah. Well, so my friend was working security. He has the security footage of it, and I'm holding him up, and I'm like, "Is that all you got?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I put him down, and I'm like, "All right, get out of here." I was like, "That's not a fight, And then he went to his car and started circling the block a bunch, and like the security was like, "Yo, we can't let you leave the bar. Like, what if he shoots you or something?"
Right, right.
It was just mad sketchy, but I try not to.
I mean, after you punk someone that bad.
Oh, of course. That's what I
Yeah.
figured. I figured he was either going to stab me or shoot me.
Yeah, no,
His
you
punching me in
punked
the
him.
face did nothing.
His
You
ego was
you
100%
really pick him
hurt.
off the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
His ego
Yeah.
was hurt.
And he's
Espe-
driving drunk. So
Yeah.
why couldn't someone just be like, yeah, I think someone out there
Yeah.
swerving.
And then he never ended up giving my friend money, too, because my friend was, like, pissed about that.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
like, yeah, he got kicked out before he could pay me. I was like, he wasn't going to pay you anyway.
Yeah.
He never
right.
had the $1,000 probably.
Yeah, of course. He didn't even have the money. He was
yeah.
probably, I don't know, trying to flex in front of girls or something.
That's probably the most badass fight story I've ever heard, where you didn't even throw a punch,
I-
and you just
well,
diffused it off of
you
physical.
I mean,
just
if
ate
I
it?
threw a punch, I probably would have, I could probably kill someone.
No,
Yeah, no. Like, seriously. You never
actually.
know. Like,
because even if the punch doesn't kill them because you hit them straight in the face,
he
it's them
falls,
falling back and
yeah,
hitting their
of
head. That's
course.
all it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And like,
now first degree murder.
I told you, I trained for a long time. I trained jits for about 10 years, and I did Muay Thai for like 5 to 6.
Oh man, that's not good.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, the first thing I would do is just grapple.
Yeah.
Or like put him in a Kimura and just break his fucking shoulder, or an arm bar and just snap his elbow, like, just be done with it at that point.
Yeah, someone your strength, size, and whatever, knowing those kind of like locks is like so dangerous. I think if you were demonstrating it, you'd snap my arm.
Yeah, or if I just put him in a chokehold, I'd probably end up breaking his neck before I actually choked him out, just because
Yo.
sheer strength. So I don't know. I just try avoiding all that. Like, I don't want to fight, and like people always
I feel that.
try and fight me, and they end up realizing I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's big and mean looking, and then they'll like punch me in the chest, and I'm like, ouch. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, calm down. Like, let's do a shot.
Let's be honest right now. Me versus you in a street fight. You think you'd take me?
How much you weigh, bro?
I'm 160, brother.
160, bro.
160, brother.
I think I weigh 2 of you.
Oh wow, dude, I love this guy.
Yo, Brad's gonna hate you. Brad's gonna hate you.
Bradley Morton always says that.
I know. That's why it's better you said 160.
Yeah, because he's
That's
260.
actually funny.
so.
That's actually funny.
I feel like I make a lot of videos about the gym enemy because
Right.
you just have like this, you think you have internal beef with somebody just because you've never spoken to them.
Oh,
But then,
absolutely.
like for me, I would probably right off the bat, if I didn't know you, be like, oh, this dude's probably big, mean, and
Yeah.
then I would talk to you once and be like, oh, I'm so wrong about him.
It sucks because like right now I've been like gym hopping because I just moved and I've been training at like some commercial gym. I don't remember what it is, and like kids will stare at me and like look at me weird, and then like there was one super skinny kid deadlifting like 135 with like terrible form,
Yeah.
and like no one wanted to talk to him because he was awkward and wearing like a hoodie and like jeans in the gym deadlifting. And I like walked up, I was like, hey bro, like are you doing like deadlifts, or are you doing like RDLs, or like what movement are you doing?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I don't know, and got embarrassed. Like, and I chased him down. I was like, no, bro. I was like, I'm just trying to find out what you're doing. I was like, if you need help, like, let me know. Like, my name's Daniel. I was like, what's your name? And he like mumbled his name. I was like, no, like, and then now every time I see him, I wave at him, and he gets so excited and like waves back and like absolutely loves it, because like I'm a pretty big dude, and now I'm like friends with him.
Yeah.
He feels more confident in the gym, but.
Hell yeah. You got a
know.
protector now.
Exactly.
You don't even know what you
Exactly.
did for him. He probably feels like, oh, if Daniel's there, I feel like confident.
Yeah.
Like, you know
he
what I
could
mean?
have been like some 14-year-old kid who just wanted to go to the gym and change his life and just doesn't know where to start.
Yeah.
True.
What you think, I think what's going through their heads at that moment when they see big guys, it's like, oh, he's going to kill me. He's
I'm
gonna
doing
smash
something
me for
wrong.
something.
He's gonna make
that
fun
too.
of me or mog me or whatever,
But after I got to the understanding that most of the big giants are the nicest ones, I'm never intimidated
Yeah.
by the big guys. Usually I'm like, yo, you mind? They're like, yeah, no problem. They're always nice because I know that. But like, you got to know that.
Yeah. No, there's going to be like pricks in the gym and whatnot, but it's the experienced lifters that are always the nicest.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
I've heard a quote too where it's like, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not gonna. I don't
you had a
remember.
quote?
Not a quote.
You're a big
It was
quote
more-
guy today.
No. It was something. Never mind.
I
don't
feel
have it in
like
my head.
I feel like the big guys are usually the nicest because like same thing as what I was saying before about powerlifting and like how much time it takes to get to where we're at. It's like if you're a big dude in the gym, you've been training for a while, you know how long it takes, you know the effort. So it's like if some kid comes up to you and is like, oh, hey, can I work in with you? You're like, yeah, of course. Like, and I'll teach you what to do.
Right,
you know?
right.
But
True.
That's real, man.
Yeah.
You're a nice guy.
Nah, don't say
He
that.
really is a nice guy.
Nah,
man.
stop.
Yeah, the audience needs to know.
When the cameras get off, I'm going to beat you up.
You couldn't even say. He's like,
I'm trying to think of something mean to say.
I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, dude, 20 years of lifting experience is crazy.
Yeah.
When so I mean, we're all creators here. When did you first get into social media?
So I remember starting my Instagram when I turned, I think, 21.
Okay.
And it was because I deadlifted 635, and I thought I was such a badass.
That is
That
badass,
is, though.
Well, and I remember posting pictures, and I was wearing like a tank top and veins everywhere, and it was like the worst 635 deadlift form ever. But I took pictures of it to make it look better, and I was looking vascular. And I posted. I remember getting like 6 likes and being like, "Man, this sucks." No, seriously. And then I kept posting more, and it turned into more of a what's the word I'm looking for? Just like all of my lifts, like progress, almost like a notebook.
Yeah.
You know how some people write it
Yeah,
down?
yeah,
like
yeah.
a video
like a journey
book.
page.
Yeah, like a journey, exactly, for
that's
myself. So
cool.
I can scroll back and find my PRs. Like I had some kid DM me the other day. He was like, yo, do you remember when you hit like a 135 overhead press, 225, 315, 405? I was like, I have no idea. And he sent me my post from like 2015. And he was like, is this your 315 PR? And I was like, I clicked on it. I was like, it says like 60 likes. I was like, bro, you scrolling back.
Yeah.
And I read the caption. It was like, yeah, I just hit 315 on overhead press. I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I can go back and look and like compare my lifts now to where they were before, like compare speeds and stuff. So it kind of turned more into like a video journal of my lifts.
That's
Yeah.
dope. Hell yeah.
But yeah, ever since I was 21.
And when did you what did you originally do? Because you weren't always full-time social media, right?
No. So right out of college, I ended up becoming a contract engineer. And I'm like super nerdy. So I pretty much used, the best way to explain it is like, I would draw telephone poles. Which one
What
of
the
you
fuck was that?
Sorry, I couldn't,
No,
couldn't keep a straight face. So I would draw 2-dimensional images and 3-dimensional images of telephone poles. And then based on the company, if they wanted to add like a cable, based on wind speeds, elements, everything like that, I would tell them whether or not it would fall or the pole would break using calculus. So I did that for a few years. It paid pretty well.
Yeah.
I was a triple major in college, so
So you're a nerd.
I'm a huge nerd. I'm a
Right.
shit nerd.
He also brought up during our workout, was it
D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
DOD?
Yeah,
Which,
D&D.
absolutely, I'm just messing with you, by the way. No hate in that at all. I just never got into
That's right, you
that.
better
But
not.
right, wait,
I
no,
think we
because
just missed the cutoff for their age, though.
let
I think.
me ask you this:
Dungeons and Dragons.
were you into video
right?
games at all?
Is that not a
Absolutely.
game?
You ever played RuneScape?
No, I never played RuneScape.
Damn it, that's something we can relate
I
to.
actually played video games professionally.
Really?
Did you?
Yeah.
You shitting me?
Okay,
No,
what
I'm
games?
You ever
serious.
stream or anything?
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike.
I played 1.5, 1.6, Condition Zero, Source, and then CS:GO. I haven't played Counter-Strike 2 yet. What, do you play Counter-Strike over there?
We know he.
Oh, did you? Hell yeah, bro. I used to play against like Shroud and Summit and them if you watch streamers.
Really?
Yo, that's
Yeah.
cool as shit.
Yeah, I remember in 1.6 playing. I lied about my age when I played, and because I have a deeper voice and I sounded older.
Yeah.
I was like 13, I think, and there was another person who was also 13, and he was another pro, and his name was Nothing. Do you know Nothing Gilbert? Jordan Gilbert? No, it was like a super old player.
Okay.
And like, I remember watching him play and be like, man, there's no way this kid's my age. And people would be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right, I'm 18. I would tell people I was my brother's age and stuff. And I was supposed to go to a LAN in Canada, and I didn't realize that I needed a passport to go to Canada.
Yeah.
And I told my dad like a week before the LAN, I was like, hey, could I go to Canada? And he was like, when? I was like, in a week. He was like, yeah, you need a passport and you're not going to be able to do it. So I had to like tell my team I couldn't go.
Damn.
And I was like, called like a LAN dodger, which is where like if you cheat online and you can't go to LANs, like people would assume that I was a cheater at that point.
Right,
so
right,
I just
right.
got cut from like a lot of pro teams.
Damn.
But yeah, so yeah,
That's-
I'm a huge nerd.
All right, you ever?
That's cool. No, I love it. I gotta
Yeah.
I gotta dive deeper.
That is
into
dope.
this.
That's something. Yeah, if we didn't ask that, we would never know about you.
Right, I wouldn't share it.
Yeah.
Do you still play any video games?
Yeah, a lot.
What's your go-to?
Right now, so do you know what World of Warcraft is?
Yeah.
So they just re-released something called Season of Discovery. So it's classic WoW, but essentially the max level is like limited, and they added a bunch more abilities that you have to like find in the world. It's It's like
pretty cool.
nostalgic. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Like an updated version now.
Right,
You can
right.
now you can like go do new things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's still classic, so it's still nostalgic. But they
Right.
added like secrets where you climb up a mountain and you'll find a rune, and it's like makes your character way better.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
That's dope.
I get it.
So,
You ever played any of the more popular ones, like Fortnite, anything like
so
that?
I never played Fortnite because it was kind of like a meme at that point.
Yeah.
You know,
Figured.
if you're playing Counter Strike and your friends are like, "Oh, let's go play Fortnite," it's like, "Oh, that's what the 13-year-olds are playing." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. But I wish I did. There's a lot of money in it.
Right? Yeah, no,
That's
for
true.
sure.
Yeah.
Especially at the peak of his hype. Ooh, yeah, no, people
The
are
tournaments-
raking
yeah,
in
Some kid made like I think like 400 mil from one tournament or something.
400 mil.
I think so.
Booga
Yeah.
made a fuck ton, right?
I don't know who it was. But it was
How much did Booga make? Yeah,
is
he
that,
did
is
the
that,
most.
how
think
much
that
was
was-
it? Yeah, that one kid made like a ton of money off Fortnite.
I think it was 4 mil. That
Was it
cup.
4 mil?
Yeah.
there's
I don't
definitely
know.
not.
At that point, it's what's the difference between 40 mil and 400 mil or 4 mil? You're still rich.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? At that point, if you're a little kid, you're gonna put in an investment fund and have like 20 mil by the time you're older.
Yeah.
If they're
Hopefully.
smart.
No,
If
he's still
they're
doing.
smart.
He's still
Yeah.
doing good, I think.
Or his parents just took the money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
even know if they could that young. I don't know if it even goes to you.
Like, yeah, it probably goes straight to the parents.
True.
Yeah.
So what happens to a lot of these like younger streamers
Right.
is that they're just like has it hooked up to
Hopefully
like,
they're
their
smart
parents.
with it and they just put it in an
Yeah.
account, like I said. But I know I've heard some stories of parents that just like spend the money and
That's fucked.
run with it. Yeah.
Right.
Fucked.
You know, pay off their own house, pay themselves salary, and take all the money. And,
That's so shitty.
yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
But
Yeah,
what?
no, that sucks.
When was it that you finally went full time social media? Or are you full time?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
actually-
Yeah. I am full time. 5 years ago, I think.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. So you,
Yeah. Maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Damn, I think it
Yeah.
might have been less than a year for us.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you-
when I was contracting, I was making really good money, and I was really smart with my money.
Yeah.
Made investments, stuff like that.
You're a smart guy.
I try. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm smart, but you know.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. So then social media, I started making income from that, and I was like, I really could see this snowballing into a full career if I focus on it. And I bounced like here and there just for like side money and stuff like that during the time, but you know, full time, it's paying off. You know, I'm just trying to
yeah.
take that money and like snowball it and invest into more things, which is like I try and tell a lot of people who are in social media, it's like a temporary thing. You know, obviously you guys are younger, you're like 25, 26.
Yep.
In 20 years, you're probably not going to be doing the same thing.
No.
You know, so
I
you got to
mean,
be
I wouldn't
smart
think
with
so.
your money.
No, I wouldn't think
You
I'm
know?
doing the
I
same
mean, well, for me, I'm 30. By the time I'm 50, I'm not going to be lifting, 600-700 pounds and being like, I'm strong.
Right.
You know, I'm probably going to be old and breaking apart and be like, I should put my money into an investment and
Yeah.
have it work for me. But yeah, so 5 years ish, 4 or 5, something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like why we're doing this. We wanted to venture out and we wanted to do more.
Right.
Because, I think we're both self-aware. We're
Yeah.
not going to be doing fitness comedy skits our whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
It's smart. I mean,
Yeah.
it's absolutely it's smart. You're branching out and you're getting more revenues of income.
Yeah.
Which
Don't
a
put
lot
all
of
your
people
eggs in
don't
one
do.
basket.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, in the future.
Crack some over there. Crack some over there.
Yeah. I would my long-term goal would be to have my own business,
Right.
passive income for me, and I could just focus on my family and whatnot I have at the time.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to be one of them family content guys that, have their kids and everything and utilize them. That's just not me.
I wouldn't do that either. You
Yeah.
know, I want to try and get into like real estate, honestly.
Really?
Probably
Yeah.
the next year or two.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the world's not getting any bigger and the population's growing, so I
Yeah.
feel like real estate's always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Unless the whole world like collapses or something, but at that point, who cares?
Yeah.
But
Cuts.
yeah, right, exactly.
The whole world flat.
Yeah, right.
Boom.
But
Right.
but yeah, I don't know. Try and venture out from still do the gym stuff, but like try and buy some properties, rent them out, or whatever,
Yeah.
renovate them and stuff like that.
That's
'Cause,
what
like,
eventually get into as well. I'm trying to buy a piece of land right now,
Yeah.
but just for investment purposes. I don't
Yeah.
plan on building on it. But yeah, no,
That's
you
solid.
gotta
That's good. Yeah.
know how to when you or doing something like this, invest while you're doing well. You know
right,
what I mean?
exactly. Try not to overspend. Like obviously for everyone listening, a lot of kids probably want to be influencers that are listening to this.
Right.
And if they end up making it, they got to realize, what you just said.
Yeah.
Invest when you're making the money. And
Right.
then you can kind of like
Yeah.
reap your rewards. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reap the rewards.
Reap the
Yeah,
rewards,
we're saying a lot of sayings today.
I know, right?
yeah. No, my numbers people, I like to call them that. My numbers people were like almost got mad at me because I saved too much. I'm not
No, that's good.
not a materialistic person, and then when it comes to clothes, subs, all that, I get that for free. So I don't spend anything on myself. I really don't. I don't care about the fancy core, which I might, I might give me a nice core eventually. But right now,
Yeah.
I'm all about fuel efficiency, baby.
Dude, I'm driving a Prius. It's been paid off for 6
You could
years.
fit in a Prius?
Yeah, bro, of course.
There's
Sometimes
shit.
I'm like, Fred Flintstone. I'll kick my feet down. I'm running it along. Saves
hell
on the
yeah.
gas too. And like you saw my slides, dude. These flip flops are probably 7 years old. I don't
Shit.
care. They
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
True.
I'm not really.
know?
Listen, I'm happy that Gymshark came out with these beaters because that's all I wear now.
I was gonna
Beaters.
say, like, you
Literally.
got that gold chain on. That looks real fan. That's real.
It is
Right? You got
real.
diamonds
It is
everywhere.
real.
He wanted somebody to
Wearing
ask
a
him that
chain
so
on,
bad.
It's like a $200,000
No, I really
chain.
don't. I kind of no. I really don't wear it for people that ever ask. It's
Right,
real.
right.
No, during the pods, he'll just play with it, hoping
Yeah.
somebody asks.
I didn't touch the entire pod. I don't think so.
I'm just messing.
Yeah, no. It is, but again, it's gold though. That doesn't really.
Yeah, no, I know.
value
I
gold's
was just
different.
messing with you.
No, you were trying to hurt my feelings.
No, I would never.
No, I'm
man.
kidding. I'm kidding. Like, I did that sarcastic. But nah, see, he
getting
doesn't
me
know.
upset
Yeah.
now.
Sometimes I switch into like my my alter ego.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
His his earrings are like 1 carat each.
I believe
Okay,
that.
no, these are fake as shit. These are like 15 a pop.
150K each.
$15 a pop.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I've never until I look at it, I never noticed you have your ears
15
pierced.
houses.
I forget I have my ears pierced too, and so there's been like some times I've had like this like I've had moments where I'll be looking at myself in the mirror. I'd re-recognize I have earrings. I'm like, am I getting too old for this shit? I'm
You gotta keep it, bro, for the
No,
personality. You
I
gotta
like
keep
it.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
It's all about staying young.
Right, of course.
It's
yeah.
all about the
Yeah.
mentality.
You gotta get, what is it, the one cross earring that kids are
Oh,
doing?
the
No,
dangly,
I'll pass up on that.
the dangly
They-
cross.
They could take it. They could run with it. They look great. You guys
Right.
look great wearing them. Not for me.
Yeah, no, I would be classified as a TikToker so fast.
Yeah,
because
you're
I
a
already,
TikToker after
already
that.
kind of got the hair like some of these guys have,
Right,
and
right.
if I had a dangly cross, it's over for me.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody respect me.
The earrings is definitely like a Jersey thing, I think.
I feel-
You know,
yeah,
'cause the
definitely.
whole
Like
Jersey
that-
short
that
cast, all the
upper,
guys are like
like-
douchebags, chains, and
Yeah.
earrings.
It's up in New York is the same way.
Yeah, exactly. You
Right.
know, I forget that you're from New York.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah, where'd you live in New York?
Westchester.
Westchester.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's that?
It's like an hour out of the city.
not in the city.
Northeast of the city. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Richville, honestly.
Oh, that's dope.
Not really. I mean, I grew
Yeah.
up pretty poor.
Okay.
My dad flipped houses like my whole childhood. So I think I moved like 15 times growing up, like once a year.
That's tough, right?
No, I mean
No?
it was, but at the same time it was like now that I look back at it, he literally did everything he could to make sure our family like had food on our table.
Yeah.
And like
badass.
there's a lot of stories that like I've told her about where like my dad thought he was being abusive and he was like so upset about it and like I was like no, like it was I mean like I'll just tell you one real quick where like
Yeah.
so I think I was like 11 or 12, maybe younger, I don't remember. He bought shark steak. Okay, it was like I don't know if it's like just a piece of shark.
Oh, like a steak.
Yeah,
But it was like shark. Okay, yeah.
And I think he paid like $18 a pound back then, which is like a lot, and especially a lot for him. You know, because he was working like I think 3 jobs or something, and flipping the house on the side, and like nonstop working. And he cooked it, and he's never cooked shark before, and it was like absolutely terrible. And I took one bite of it, and I couldn't eat it. And he was like, "That's what you're gonna eat. It's gonna be on your plate every single day for every single meal until you eat it."
Yeah.
And like I think 2 days down the line, I was so hungry. I was like, I gotta get rid of this shark somehow.
Yeah.
And I called over my dog and I fed it to her, and she ate it.
Yeah.
And then he came back into the dinner table, like to the dinner table, and looked at it. He was like, "Oh, you ate your food." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm still hungry. Can I get some mac and cheese?"
Yeah, yeah.
And he made me mac and cheese too. And like he talks about that story. He's like, "Man, now that I look back at it, like that was kind of abusive." And I was like, "No, like you taught me that like if someone makes you food, like." Out of that, like with love in their heart and whatever, and like he worked his ass off to feed me shark,
Yeah.
and he thought it was so cool. I was like,
Yeah.
now if he could give me a pile of dirt right now, and if he said like, you know, I worked my ass off for this dirt, I would eat it.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind of like was character building for me, and he sees it as like bad, but yeah, that's just little childhood
It's all
background
about
for me.
perception.
Yeah,
It's all how
yeah.
you view things and how you take it.
Right.
I mean, you could look into anything and see a negative
Yeah,
side of it, or you can
absolutely.
see the positive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good for you.
That's
for,
why
like-
I try and focus on the positive of everything.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
If you hyper focus on the negatives, you're just gonna be negative all the time.
Yeah, no, I
You know
can't
what
do
I mean?
that. Ooh,
Yeah.
no.
Like, you're from
good.
Jersey, man. I shouldn't like you. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, seriously, there's a lot of freaking negativity around New Jersey for sure.
Well, there's also that beef, like, with New York and New Jersey. People are always like, oh, you're from Jersey. Like, I don't like you. Like, whatever. I don't care.
Everyone's just mad.
Yeah.
Everyone's just mad because they're
Everyone's
stuck in
mad up
traffic.
there. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The traffic and people are too busy for everything.
Yeah.
That's
you know?
funny.
And it's cold.
Where are you from, by the way?
Louisiana, and I've probably
jeez.
mentioned that so many times since I've been here. I
would've
don't
never
deal with
guessed
traffic.
that. I would have never guessed that. Dude.
Yeah, so I'm by myself out there. I don't know another creator from Louisiana, at least in the fitness space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm kind of solo dolo over there, just me and my boy.
So
And,
people watching, they got to comment and be like, oh, this guy's from Louisiana.
right? Yeah. No,
Find someone.
they probably will, because every once in a while I'll mention it,
Right.
and everybody in the comments like, "You're from Louisiana?"
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's like other people that are from Louisiana don't know I'm there. So actually, like when I get recognized, like in Louisiana or in my hometown, people are like, "What's up, man? What are you doing here? You visiting?" I'm like, "No, I live here." Like,
Yeah.
actually, we're from the same
That's
exact
cool,
town.
though.
You're like going inside. You're like, I still live here.
Right, yeah, your house is next door. You're like, I got to go to my house. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
Yeah, so I grew up very small town, 30 minutes away from everything.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't mind it at all. But at the same time, I see like cities like this. I'm not used to big buildings, stuff like this, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty surreal, especially like just looking out on the balcony and seeing everything.
It's beautiful.
It is.
It's crazy. It's like mind blowing to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Like-
sick. Well, you grew up in the city, so you're definitely used to like the.
The area I was in was
Oh,
like
yeah, that's
30 to 45 minutes was like our
Yeah.
nearest like grocery store, and like
Never mind, I
the one
forgot.
deli we used to go to was like 20
Yeah.
minutes out. I think my school was like 30 minutes for me to go to, and then like I never went to the city.
Okay.
You know, growing up, I was like, I didn't want to go to the city, but you know, and then I ended up going to the city every now and then, and then I moved to Nashville, and that was city life, and then I moved to Texas, city life, and now it's just like city life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still beautiful.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like seeing the ocean and everything from your hotel.
You can't
Absolutely.
beat that.
Crazy. Yeah.
Can't beat that.
It's surreal. You know? It's even crazy that we're doing this fitness thing, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and I think I think just sitting here right now is actually pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
No, like
It's just,
I can't believe how far it got. Like
Yeah.
it came and how fast everything picks up. Because like the snowball effect is definitely a real thing.
Oh,
Because
of
things get
course.
faster and faster, and time just.
I was
it was
just
like, wait a
talking to my
second.
brother about it, and like I was looking back at my content, and like I had kind of hit a wall for like 2 years because of my injuries, and I wasn't growing my socials at all, and like it was pretty depressing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and then the past, I think, like 3 months, my content has just been like taking off, and like I've grown
happy
a
about that.
ton,
That's
and
awesome.
like yeah, it just it feels good again. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's mind blowing. You know, the snowball effect is real. You know, and I'm just trying to like keep it going.
Yeah, no, I'll be
So-
telling people that whenever I meet someone and they're asking for advice, I'm like, yo, when you feel that momentum, I'm
Yeah.
like, you don't let off.
Yeah.
You never let off.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want it, that's it. Like, take it and run with it.
Absolutely.
You know? And you'll feel it. You'll know it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, I mean,
100%.
I mean, the fact that I'm here is it's crazy to me. I mean, you just said it, but it's just like, for me, it's like, I don't know. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. You know, this isn't something I thought I would ever be doing when I was younger, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys probably think the same way. It's just 3 people who work out and love the gym, and here we are in Miami.
Yeah.
Came here for an event, doing a podcast. That's crazy.
It really is.
You know?
Once you really think about it.
yeah.
And I mean, the fact that you guys got this room in this fancy hotel, and they're just like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, do the podcast in here. This is where we do our big events. Like, all right, cool.
Is that what they said?
I don't know. It's your hotel.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
would assume so. This seems like a pretty fancy room.
it is. Shout out Sarah. she
She's
pulled it
been
all for
happy.
us. She pulls off everything for us.
What'd they say? What kind of room is this?
Studio. Yeah. Yeah, she emailed
She had
him,
mixed
said,
emails.
I mean,
Yeah.
still. That's
but
Yeah.
we got a studio. That's all that
the
matters.
fact that they gave that to you. I mean, yeah.
That is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, imagine being like a hotel manager and being like, hey, we work out. Can we use your studio for a podcast? They'd be like, if I was a manager, I'd be like, what are these kids, what are they talking about?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then being like, oh, okay, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you could be sitting
Ju-
here like
just
talking
like-
shit about anything.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
you know.
Just
Which
like
we pretty much
our
are.
just like our interaction
I said we pretty much are. We're just
Yeah.
talking shit about whatever. Yeah.
right. Just like our interaction at the gym, just like a gym owner being so cool with what we
Yeah.
do.
Well, we were just at what? Gymage?
Gymage.
Is it Gymage?
Gymage,
or
Miami.
Gymage? Gymage?
I think it's Gymage.
Gymage,
correct?
Miami.
Yeah.
That sounds
The owner,
sick.
the owner was just talking to us casually, and then like I was like, "Oh, like do you guys have an Instagram?" And he was like, "Yeah, like this is what it is." And I was like talking about your stuff, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's so cool because I own the place. I'm excited. Come back tomorrow." And I was just like, you own the gym. You just casually were just talking to us like.
Beautiful gym, by the way.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely incredible gym.
Like nice locker room, everything was pretty clean.
Was it nice?
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Should have gone in
They
there.
had like a separate stall with a sink.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
then
it
you
was
had,
dope.
the
How was the
urinals,
lighting in
showers, great lighting.
Good
Yeah,
lighting.
they actually had like a little mirror set up with lighting, so like for posing, or I would assume
when
pictures.
we
or
were
whatnot.
overhead pressing, like they had like the ring light around the mirror.
Yeah.
Which is, I've never seen that before in a gym.
True, especially with the night. Like if you, y'all don't know the gym, but they had open windows where you can see the street view and everything, and then the natural lighting coming from there.
Yeah.
Like I was looking vascular
Well, yeah,
as
I
hell.
saw you hit the front double bicep. You look nuts, dude.
No, thank
that
you.
Was crazy. Yeah,
So good.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No, and not only all of that, but the staff was also very nice.
Yeah.
Like every other person that was working there was also super sweet.
Right.
And it's like, oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, when you asked to go behind the desk and like someone else was trying to check in, and the lady was like, "Oh, you're okay. You know what you're doing." Like talking to you, like you're working there. Like
No, like I
was
looked at the
pretty
screen.
funny.
I do that because I've obviously been behind a desk multiple
Right.
times for my videos, and people will actually come in and scan in
Yeah.
as we're like trying to film. And I'll like look at the screen, check the faces, and
Right.
look at the employee that allowed me behind there, the actual
yeah.
gym employee, and I'd be like, and they'll have a good sense of humor, and they'll be like, "Thank you."
yeah.
And I'm like,
that's
"Dude,
funny.
good."
Yeah, she said that you could start working there. She said she'd
Yeah.
hire you tomorrow, whatever it was.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, it was a
Or
nice
not.
gym.
I'd ban everyone.
Yeah,
Speaking of like good interactions like that, maybe some people could see like maybe you shoulder pressing a shit ton of weight as obnoxious. You ever maybe right? You ever had a bad experience
Yeah.
with doing what you do?
yeah. A long time ago, it was only really once. I think I was like 23 or 24, and I was squatting like 600. And I remember failing on like my 5th rep, and just like, you know how like when you fail in the squat rack, you just like bring it back down, like drop it.
Yeah.
I remember hearing some guy. I remember this like perfectly because like the cops were called and everything.
Oh my
And there was,
God.
there's this like big jack dude who looked like he was juiced out of his mind, like skin was like purple, just like laughed at me. He was like, "You ain't that tough." And I like looked at him and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, you didn't hear me?" And I was like, what are you getting mad at for? He's like, "You ain't that tough." And he like got in my face and I was like, "Bro, what's wrong with you?" He's like, "Well, you're making all this noise lifting heavy weights. Like, you ain't that tough. I could, meet me outside. I could beat your ass." And I was just like,
I don't get those people.
dude, I like, he was so aggressive to the point where I went and told like the gym staff, because I was like, if I'm benching and this dude smacks my face with a plate, like I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And there's like videos of that where like, I don't know if you guys saw the one viral video where the guy's like carrying a 45
He
pound
like
plate,
trips.
fake trips and slams it on the dude's face. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
You're looking at me like you haven't seen that.
No, I literally seen
the
that yesterday.
45 was on his
I
face?
swear.
Yeah.
I swear I seen that yesterday.
Yeah.
That can't even be on Instagram or nothing, right? It'd be like flagged.
It's on Instagram.
It is.
The guy ended up getting arrested and like all this crazy stuff
Yeah,
because
that's like attempted murder, bro.
he pretended to trip while holding a 45 and slammed it on the dude's face, and it turns out they had beef. And that's where my mind went. I was like, bro, if I'm benching, what if this guy just comes over and like holds the bar on me?
Yeah.
Or slams something on my
true.
like. So I went and told them. They're like, "Do you want to call the cops?" I was like, if you talk to him and he's cool, like, no. I was like, but if he's not, I was like, then yeah. I was like, I don't want him in here when I'm in here.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I've ever had any issues lifting heavy weights, or just like, when I'm benching like 405, 500, people being like, yeah, I used to do that. Like, you're pretty strong, but I'm stronger. And I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I'm just here for myself, bro. But nothing really too bad.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
This might be a segment at this point. I gotta go to use the bathrooms.
Yeah. No, you're good.
That's fine.
No, it's so bad. It's so distracting.
He has the tiniest bladder
Does
ever.
he?
Yes. No. He'll
I
go.
believe Ace P, what,
I'm
4
surprised
times now?
I'm surprised he made it this far.
At least I'm hydrated.
You good now?
Yeah, no, I can't believe how bad I had to go in
want
such
some
a
more
short
water?
amount of time. I would actually. Yeah.
Do you actually want more?
Yeah. I'm definitely dehydrated, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely hydrating back up.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Heck yeah. Was your pee clear?
It was.
Nice. There we go.
Mine's usually like a reddish color, like a nice red. Like
Get that checked out. Get that checked out
That's
immediately.
Yeah, I was like,
No, but something I kind of forgot to ask. With you lifting so much and being heavier than most, what's your diet like?
Terrible.
Is it?
It's like my biggest
downfall.
downfall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Because
good.
I have a bad diet too.
Yeah.
I'm related.
Yeah. It's really bad, and I wish I had like a company that was like a meal prep company. I don't know if you guys are with meal prep companies, but if you are, let me know.
I'm
and I'll just get my food. But yeah, it's like right now it's my worst.
You wake up. What are you making? or ordering?
When I was eating good, I would do like 12 eggs, a large bowl of oats.
Dozen of
Dozen eggs.
No, I'm
Like, just
serious.
cracks,
Yeah,
just dumps it,
because
yeah.
like I'd fry them, so it's like the yolk's a little runny, and I
Yeah.
just eat it in one bite, so it's like 12 bites for me, and then just a large bowl of oats. But like right now, my breakfast is just honestly, I don't even have breakfast. Really.
Yeah?
I maybe eat like 1 or 2 meals a day,
So it's not like you're consuming garbage. You just don't feel like you're eating enough.
but I definitely don't eat enough.
Right.
But you're
Absolutely not. Sometimes it's garbage.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
like,
So like,
sometimes it's like a large pizza from like
That's fine.
Papa John's or something. That's what I eat the whole day.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, some
Yeah.
some days it's great. Like
Yeah.
my brother's girlfriend has been like kind of meal prepping
Yeah.
when she can. I think the other day she made me like 8 eggs, toast, like a bunch of oats, and like all this like a huge like spread. Oh, potatoes too. It was like
Oh, hell
like
yeah.
she brought me out a huge tray of food. She's like, I know you're benching today. You better bench heavy. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I ate that, and then she made me lunch, and maybe dinner. I was like, this is the fucking best.
yeah,
this
this
is
is life.
But yeah, so right now my diet's just bad.
So you're not a chef.
I love cooking actually.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
shit.
I when I meal prep, I actually usually will do like I'll do 5 pounds of chicken and I'll slow cook it so I can like do pulled chicken, and then I'll just do rice and I just eat that, or I'll do like ground beef and rice. Like I don't
Something easy.
For myself, I do it easy. For other people, I cook nice.
Yeah,
Right.
You
right.
know,
That makes
that's the
sense.
best way to put it. I hate cooking for myself.
That's
bro.
how I am.
right.
Simple meals. Besides, maybe my most elaborate one's probably my breakfast. Every single morning, I've been doing this for probably close to a year now. Diced hash browns or diced potatoes, shall I say?
okay.
Diced potatoes, eggs, fat-free mozzarella
How
cheese.
many eggs?
Only 5.
Okay.
Yeah, which
Don't
is
say only 5. That's a lot.
Wait, yeah, some people. So like, I did a video about it. It did numbers. I think it did. I think I got like 6 million views on my hash brown bowl.
Oh,
right?
shit.
And the comments were all about the eggs.
Right.
Way too much cholesterol. Your blood pressure's through the
Apparently
roof.
that was proven like wrong.
It's not
like,
bad
not a
cholesterol.
yeah.
It's the saturated fats you're gonna
Right.
watch out for.
Yeah.
And people don't understand. That's a whole nother topic. But that's why I don't really. That's, you know,
me
that's
off.
why I don't like posting stuff like that,
Yeah.
because they were just shitting on me. Even though, actually 5 or 6 people came up to me this weekend and was like, "Dude, I love your hash brown bowl. I eat
Yeah.
it every day." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dude, that's sick."
Talking
Gotta
about
be
food,
food.
you're
Yeah.
making me hungry now.
Yeah, true, true.
I'm literally sitting
No,
on my
I'm
stomach
hungry,
starting to
yeah.
growl, but
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's why we're trying to wrap things up. But no, I just want to ask you about your diet. And another question following up on that was obviously probably not, because it wouldn't help you with what you do. But have you ever cut?
no, I mean, about 4 years ago, I was very lean,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just because like my diet was worse.
Yeah.
Like I
Makes
was
sense.
eating less food and I was just lifting. I don't plan on cutting. I was kind of gonna cut for this event just because I wanted to look decent on the beach.
Yeah.
And for me, it's super easy to cut. Like the last time I did technically cut, I was I think 23, so 7 years ago.
Right.
So I'm bulking for 7 years.
Oh, shit.
I weighed 252. I remember specifically the weight.
Yep.
I was supposed to compete at 242. Okay, I had 10 days to lose
10
10 pounds.
Yep.
So in my mind, I was like, maybe a little bit of cardio every day is plenty. So I did 5 minutes of Stairmaster. 5 minutes. That's it. For 10 days straight. What do you guys think I weighed in at?
I'm going to assume lower than 240, right?
You were at
So-
252?
I was at 252.
Did
10
you-
days, 5 minutes of Stairmaster. That's all I did. Not intense Stairmaster. I'm
What was your
talking
calories at?
about- I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know. I kept my food the same. I weighed in at 230.
Holy shit. 10 days?
Yep. In 10
22
days.
And all
pounds?
you did is
Yep.
change up and add 5
I
minutes of
don't do
Stairmaster.
cardio. So before Miami, I told her, I was like, I'm gonna try and get lean. I was like, I kind of want to look good at you know the event.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be on the beach. Like I could probably cut to 275 in a week or two.
Yeah.
I did 1 day of Stairmaster. I lost 8 pounds.
What?
1 day of, and then I got the message about lifting in the cage, and I was like, I'm not doing any more cardio. So I haven't cut. Once I bench 700, I might and try and get like. Right now, if I bulk, I want to try and hit 330 maybe 320, 330, maybe even like push 340 if I can.
Right.
And then I'd like to be like a lean 275,
Yeah.
like a peeled 275.
Like a Larry Wheels.
Yeah,
That's about.
Yeah.
He has abs at 275, right?
yeah. So I would like
he's nuts.
I would like that.
That is
you know,
wild.
that would be I feel like that'd be a nice look. You know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I'd be a lot healthier at that weight. You know, maybe when I retire, maintain like 230.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you have a
Somewhere around
shit ton of muscle, so you would look good, like pretty lean.
Yeah,
Are-
hopefully.
Are you a hairy guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think shaving, I think shaving would make you look 20 pounds lighter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did a one like one video a while back. I don't think I ever posted it, but it was like a picture. It was a picture, like a side by side of when I like with hair and without hair, and all I did was shave like my traps, and my traps looked like they tripled in size because they weren't washed out from my body hair.
It's actually wild to me how much just even the minimal amount of hair could like cut off a lot of definition.
I mean,
you don't.
The hair on my body is probably about the length of, not the length of your hair, definitely longer than your hair though. I would say like my hair length is like, my body hair is like 2 to 3 inches long.
Right.
It's bad.
I was showing him when I went to Jersey. I get very hairy legs, but when I shave it up, you can see the like vascularity. Because you pointed out today, you were looking at me when I was like, oh, this is gonna sound
That's all good.
yeah,
to say.
right. I was changing pants into like my bathing suit, and I was just in my underwear.
Couldn't help but notice.
He was looking. He was like, "Damn, your legs are vascular as hell." Right?
Yeah, no, like you see the lines on the side profile of his quad.
I've got some vascular glutes too, so I know.
I did. Yo, he actually hit a glute spread for him.
Oh
so,
yeah, the rear
like,
glute spread.
I wanted to see the hamstring.
Oh
cut.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, but anyway, no.
Just wanted to see, make sure he's putting in the work. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
For an event like this, if I know, because I grow hair on my stomach up all the way to my chest, and so when I shave, it's a massive difference.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, well, my forearms too. Like when I was leaner, I would shave my forearms, and if you look at your forearms, you look vascular. Yeah, you look crazy. You know, if you had this much hair on your forearm, it would look nowhere near as good.
Right.
But right now, I don't really care about body hair.
Yeah, sure.
You know, it's like some people like it, some people don't.
It's a pain in the ass to shave.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it takes 5-10 minutes out of my day. You know, but
I shave my legs.
I mean, it might take me.
Feels
an
like
hour
it takes
to
an
shave.
hour, but it only takes like 15 minutes. But it feels like it takes forever.
Yeah.
I just hate doing it. But I love the way it looks.
If I get lean, I'd probably end up shaving just because like I'd look a little better. You know.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Then it'll make if you're not planning on cutting, there's no point really.
Well, like right now, I'm like I said, anywhere between like 300 to 310. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like fatter, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word to say, because like some people might be like, oh, you're not that fat, but I feel pretty fat. But I still have like I took a picture yesterday, like after my shoulder workout, and I had like trap veins and delt veins, and
fuck yeah.
I wouldn't consider you fat.
yeah, I mean I could look better, but I don't know. But yeah,
I mean,
so,
honestly,
If I had to like call you something, it would be unit or tank.
thanks.
yeah,
Right.
yo, 'cause you're,
You know?
dead ass though, because your muscle over whatever fat you're referring to, which obviously at 300 pounds, you're not gonna be dick skin shredded,
Right.
but like you don't look like a chubby dude though,
Well, like,
because
one
you
of the-
hold it very densely.
One of the things a lot of people don't
Your
realize
shoulder's
is
huge.
like, let's say I'm 20% body fat, right, at 300 pounds. That's still 60 pounds of fat. Whereas if you were 20% at 160, it would only be 30 pounds of fat.
Correct.
32. So it's like if I were, let's say I'm 15%, I still have so much more fat on my body than the average person that I look fat. That's the best way to put it.
That's a good point.
You know, it's the same thing as like you overhead pressing, 2 plates. You might not think that's impressive, whereas it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like if I were 8% body fat at 300 pounds, I would still have 30 pounds of fat on me,
Right.
which is a lot of fat.
I love the statistical approach you take to things.
That's smart,
I'm
man.
a nerd, dude. I mean, I look at everything like numbers. I don't know. It's probably something wrong with me, but
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, to kind of wrap things up.
yeah.
You have any more questions for him? Any big questions?
Big questions. No, I think we.
Got any questions for us?
Yeah.
Not really.
Wow, dude.
I guess how long have you guys been lifting? You guys never talked about that.
Oh, that's true.
You know, I know your ages. I don't know how long y'all been lifting for.
Me personally, I don't like to tell people it's been a decade, but I was always an athlete,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, I did
You
baseball
mentioned
workouts.
baseball,
Yeah, I played 5 years college ball.
Okay.
So that's really where I got into it. And so through high school baseball and college baseball, they made us work out, but I was never training like for myself. I was
Right.
training because they made me.
the sport.
Right? So I was in and out of the gym a lot. But consistently training, it's been over 6 years now.
Okay.
And so I got into it relatively late. I don't like to tell anybody like it's never too late. But
Since you were 19, though.
yeah, 19.
That's not that
correct.
late.
Right. I just regret because all my friends were into it and we like swapped, right?
Right.
All my friends were so into it 15 through like, high school, and I wasn't, right? I just I was more just I love sports and that's it, really. But when I got into college, I was the smallest guy out there,
Yeah.
and then I wanted more speed and I wanted more pop on the ball, so
Right.
I really got into it. So at 19, I always had like the skinny abs and a decent physique for a skinny guy, but I just want to add muscle to it, and that's when I really got into it. So over 6
Okay.
years consistently training.
And influencing, you said, over a year now.
Full time, but I've been. I talk about this a lot, but I started posting like back then on Vine.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. But being full time, yeah, a little over a year, I think.
Yeah,
I said
okay.
under, but I think it's over a little over a year.
All right.
And that's same with me. I've been full time with this for a little over a year, or not quite a year yet.
And
I
how
think
long have you been lifting for?
been lifting serious. I started to turn it up when I was a junior in high school, so I was 16, 26 now.
So 10
So I
years.
always say 10 years, like consistent. But I've been like, working out, like weightlifting, like since I was a kid, because my dad always lifted. We had weightlifting stuff at the house, so I never really did much else, but we definitely always benched together.
Yeah, I would just say since then what? Since you were like 6? 8, something
As
like that?
soon as I was benching the bar, he has it tallied up on a chalkboard
Yeah.
somewhere, and I think that still exists. I remember, it'd be like 45 pounds the bar, and like 8 reps.
I would just tell people
dope.
that, dude. Like
Yeah.
like I said, I've been training since I was 10. You think I knew what I was doing?
I could have been 10
true.
too.
But I was I did the bro split. I just benched and did biceps. That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Literally for like the first 3 years.
I didn't have a split, and I didn't work out multiple times a week. There honestly was a time where I specifically remember I'd bench with my dad every other Sunday.
Yeah.
And because to me it was just for fun.
Right.
Like, and I cared about like obviously putting on more weight, but I didn't really know and care enough yet. I just wanted to play with my friends and go
Yeah.
outside and shit. But I didn't really know I had to work out multiple times, to
yeah,
like
yeah, of
really
course.
start putting
yeah,
on that
it's
muscle.
the same
and
with
stuff
me.
like
When
that.
I was like 10, I was training, I think maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I had my older friend who helped me out, but like we just did bro stuff.
Yeah.
I
Right.
didn't take it serious, but yeah, I mean that's crazy. So almost 20 years for you now.
Yeah, no, I
Say
agree.
that, 10 years for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what these listeners need to know, that y'all been putting in the work. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Yeah.
It takes
That's
time.
true.
So 20 years for a 315. What was your max bench though? Because I know you rep 315 for 4. Like I would
That's
assume
recently-
like 365ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So I think 375 was my best bench ever, and I wouldn't say like that was like 22 maybe, and it was like a rocket launch. My ass probably lifted up the
Right,
bench a little
right,
bit, and that was it. I was probably weighed 170 though, and it was like 375.
Yeah, that's still crazy.
So you know what I mean. So it was a lot of weight for me.
Yeah.
But my max now, I don't know. It's to be determined, because I just started benching again,
Yeah.
like flat barbell benching after Lath challenged me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I get you 315 still. Nothing
Okay.
snapped. If that was only a worry, like, obviously it's like I'm not powerlifting, so why am I gonna bench?
Right.
Because that's what tore my pec in the first place.
Yeah.
So to me, it makes no sense.
reason to.
And it still doesn't.
Yeah.
But
I
we
wouldn't
all
be
have an
benching-
ego.
I wouldn't be benching if I didn't have to bench for my career.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
You know?
Yeah,
But-
dude, I have no reason to, because
Yeah.
it doesn't do anything for my comedy skits, which is my main thing. I don't compete in powerlifting. I guess it's just in my genes, man.
You just wanna
My brother
bench.
loves the
You just
bench.
wanna
My
lift-
dad still
lift
bench.
heavy
It's
weights.
in my gene.
Yeah.
I just want to bench. There's something intense about it that dumbbells don't give me.
Right.
And there's something about that pump that dumbbells don't give me.
Yeah.
I had an insane incline bench workout with one of these guys at my gym recently. Sorry, I'm just yapping now.
I know.
But,
I'm getting hungry sitting here.
Yeah, no, we all are.
I
Everyone's like,
thought
wrap
you
it
were
the
about
fuck
to
up.
like do a good outro, talk about the pumps, and then say something about thinking with the pump.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were going with that.
I had the most craziest pump the other day. I worked up to something heavy,
Yeah.
did a crazy drop set. He was pushing me. I went all the way down to the bar. The pump was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what led to thinking with a pump. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just kidding.
No, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's a good way to end
Yeah,
it.
That's
yeah.
good.
No, that was a real story though. It was an
Okay.
insane pump just off
Right.
a barbell, and I loved it, and that's why I love barbell benching.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful.
I
But
love
no,
it, too.
thank you. What a pump. I think that's why these conversations flow nicely, because we just got a sick pump in. We were lifting heavy today, and then
Yep.
we come and we just,
Yeah.
talk like gym bros,
Hopefully
right?
I'm not breathing too heavy in the mic.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you're
no.
good. But
Not at all, dude.
only thing left to say, man, what do you want to plug? What do you want to promote? Anything like that?
I mean, just my socials, man. Just at Daniel Ryjov. Other than that, I don't really have
Hell
much
yeah.
to say. Thanks to my dad.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm just living life. I'm not
Love
out
it,
here to
man.
plug
Shout out to
anything.
all the dads
Well,
out there.
Yeah, all the dads.
I appreciate you pushing us today. I appreciate you
course.
taking the time, being
Yeah.
patient with us. So just thank you.
What are you talking about? I'm not patient with you guys. Are the ones patient with me. Like,
Heck no.
yeah, you guys were awesome. You guys all killed it in there. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very genuine, dude. So
Yeah.
thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Follow this man,
Gonna
guys.
make me emotional now. Stop.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
it.
last one.
Nah.
Have you? Wait. Oh, so that's what I was getting at
Yeah.
earlier. Last thing. Do you play video? Super Smash Bros.
Yeah. What about
You ever played?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your go-to character?
Probably Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
That's different.
I was
Bro.
I was the guy I would just pick people up and jump off the map and then throw them
It's
down.
because
and
you always like
Yeah.
the bigger
back
guys.
up.
Be
Damn, he
the
knows
bigger
exactly
guy.
what
Yeah, of course, dude. I
Damn.
grew up wanting to be huge, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We got a
You know? I
don't blame
DK stand in the house. I like that.
DK.
Okay, that was different.
Yeah, I mean, I was super young though when I played, so it was like I didn't know.
So you
what
like
Yeah.
King Kong and shit too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
All
course.
right.
Makes sense. It
Hell
goes to your
yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
Like I'm smaller, tactical. I choose Kirby.
Okay. All right.
Yo.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I'm bigger than I am. I'm like Donkey Kong, Bowser, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a perfect way to wrap things up.
Right.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it again.
Of
And,
course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure to be here.
absolutely. All right, guys.
Hell
Mr.
yeah.
Daniel.
Thanks.
That's it, I guess.